All right, we are in Austin now, about to go check out Gamefellas. Looks like this is a crazy busy strip mall, but I've heard good things about this place as well. Looks like they do video games and Pokemon stuff, so let's go check it out. Oh yeah. This is my kind of store. Alright, I've only been in the store for a few minutes, at least on the Pokemon stuff. I'm pretty happy with the prices. I'm definitely going to be grabbing that stuff. And I haven't even started with any of the games yet, so can't wait to check those out as well. See if we can find Tokyo Extreme Racer or anything to that degree. Interesting looking game. Sprint Cars Road to Knoxville. I don't have this one. I've got the first game. I don't have the second one though. Looks like they got the test drive. I've got that one. Bummer. Not seeing it. Sadly, not the best PSP game collection. I'm sure I'll find some loose ones somewhere. That's not a bad game. I don't actually think I own that yet. I might have it. But they've got a pretty solid selection of UMD videos, but some of these are just so faded. I wonder if these used to sit in a window. So these are really beat up. But, you know, these things are kind of hard to find. Italian Job, I think I have that one. That's a neat one from that era. Sahara. What in the heck? Oh, is that a U2 concert? Okay. Haven't seen that. Elf. Oh man, that's a classic. Yep. Of course, it's priced more than the rest of them. That's a good one. Oh, you get the Underworld Rise of Lycans. This is kind of neat to see from that time frame. Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Yeah, here's another one that's just super faded. You can just tell. Yeah, look at the front. Is in good shape, and the side just looks really faded. Look right around his face. So I feel he's used to sit in the window maybe at some point, maybe not here, but someone had him there. So not buying any PSP games here, but we'll see what else we can find over here. All right, so compared to the video game store I was just at, this is definitely better Wii pricing. They had them like for 110, 120 over there. I do feel like their N64s are priced about the same. The green one here is a good price. Definitely better pricing on the Switches. I can't imagine spending over $300 for a Switch OLED. Although I've definitely found it for cheaper. I mean, I got a really good deal on mine for like 160, 180, but definitely better prices there. And then I need to look into this because they had the same kind of pricing like this at the store I came from earlier today. D-pad, and I can't imagine why a Series S is $400 now. There's not even a, it's just a hard drive. There's no disk drive on that. So what has gone on with the Series S? Here is a Xbox One X for $179. Here's another one for $159. And what's crazy is I just bought one of these just a few months ago for like maybe $100, $120. I felt like that was the right price. I mean, here's a One X, and I guess it's a special edition, and it's $700, which seems crazy to me. Here's a, I feel like that's too much as well. It's the PS3 Slim for $130. I'm not even sure who wants to buy that. I feel like out of all the PS3s, that's the least desirable for sure. PlayStation 4 for $209, that's not terrible. Star Wars PlayStation 4, $159, not terrible. $169 for a Slim. God, I feel like I've seen that under $150, closer to $125 even. But good selection. Maybe we'll find some more. Maybe we'll find some more PSP games up around here. So we've got some PlayStation 2. Still looking for any. I got Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. I gotta see if I have that one. We'll check back here in a minute on that. We got PS Vita down here. A little bit of Switch stuff. Let's see, we got more Funkos over here. Yeah, let's check and see if we've got Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 in my collection. We'll check back in. Alright, just checked. I do have Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 already in my collection, so don't need to get that today, but it's still kind of cool to see it out in the wild. Alright, so check out the Switch games. I feel like they've got pretty good prices on Switch stuff. I mean, Switch stuff is kind of expensive, but 40 bucks for Mario Kart 8, I feel like that's pretty good, actually. They have a lot of these games that are right around 40 bucks. Let's see, Super Mario 3D World, Minecraft, Odyssey for $35. I feel like that's a pretty good price considering how they are doing things now. 3D All-Stars for $84. That's about right for all those. Arceus is $40. I feel like that's about right as well. So they've got some Switch 2 stuff here as well, which is nice to see because not all of the independent stores have them. Here's a few more faded games. So I feel like there was definitely a different store maybe for this at one point. Or maybe they just bought out somebody's old store collection or something, but we'll keep looking. There's plenty more to see. All right, so we definitely have some better pricing on the Switch Lites, although I still feel like these are a little high, but these are all really nice, clean condition consoles here, so I can't argue against that. But what I really do like is this 3DS, this original one in black, and it seems to actually be in really good shape. It looks like something I would just like to buy to have, but I think I'm gonna pass just so I don't freaking go broke today. But a nice green Game Boy Color here. We've got an old PS3 Fat. Unfortunately, it's not backwards compatible. I definitely checked. But yeah, pretty good. It's an old 360 right there for 70 bucks. Let's see, we got more games over here. These are new. Lots of good stuff here. Lots of things to check out. Plenty of cards, plenty of games. Super Star Wars. Man, I've got that game for my PS Vita, and I think that might be the hardest game. I don't even think I beat the first level yet. I kind of just lost focus on it and quit. I wonder if it's any easier on the SNES. Looks like we've got some pretty good cartridges here. Look at that beat up Top Gear one. Oh man, look at that. Barbie for the NES. Tons of stuff here. What we got over here? We got Super Smash. WrestleMania, we got a few different games there. Okay, bathroom door key. Check out some more loose stuff here. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that one. 9 Persona? Maybe I said that wrong. Never heard of that one. Somebody have to tell me what that one's about. Stormbreaker. Not sure what that is, but it sounds kind of interesting. What we got over here? Got some kind of basic DS stuff. Oh, got some Zelda in here. What is that? Triforce Heroes. Nice. Oh, we got some good Pokemon stuff over here, though. Black 2. I need to get black at some point. Black or white. I haven't owned those or played them. Same with X and Y. I haven't played those either. But I'm trying to get through my Soul Silver and now Fire Red. So we'll play those first. Looks like we got some sneaky stuff hiding down here. Not sure what the story is on these. Amped. Got the original Forzas, of course. Tons of Ghost Recon. Maybe these are just extras. That's probably what it is. Maybe these are just games they've already got on the shelf. What we got on here? These greatest hits are... Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, they got a ton of those. I wonder what the story is there. That's a lot of Final Fantasy VII. Holy moly, it just keeps on going. What in the world is going on back here? What are these? What are these? What? Just more and more. It doesn't end. What do they got? Some new 360? Maybe? God, every single Madden. Those can stay up there. Yeah, I'll pass on all those. All right, found some more PSP stuff. The last minute. There's the good stuff right here. LA Remix for Midnight Club. That's great. I think I have that one already. That one's one that's got all the bonus content, if I remember right. Can't believe I missed that over here. I'm not a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but that Yu-Gi-Oh game I know is pretty popular. Lots of good stuff, honestly, from this era of the PSP games. Definitely got to check out these cases if you want some interesting selections. Look at that big old Forza 3 for the 360. Do another pass. So yeah, that's Persona 4 Golden. Definitely have that on my hacked PS Vita. All right. Definitely had a good time over at this store, if you can't tell. And it's so funny to me how at every store I go to, there's like a different specialty. And that's probably normal. That's kind of by design. But at this store, I did not actually buy any video games. I bought all Pokemon, which I'll talk about here in a second. But I liked the prices at the store. I thought their Pokemon prices were actually fair. I mean, they're market prices, but I felt like they were actually right on or under where they should be, versus I've seen too many stores that are just way too expensive on some of their prices. But I thought their video games were fair all the way around. Their console prices were a lot better. They didn't really have the kind of game inventory for me. I just started to notice that they had a lot more of the generic kind of bulk games over here, which is good though. Like there's plenty of good, kids games that can be bought here, but with some good stuff in there as well. But honestly, this is my kind of store where it's a little bit chaotic. They've got a little bit of everything in there. It was about a 50-50 split, or maybe a 40-60 split of video games and cards, but a smaller store, but you can tell a real passionate group of people that work here. But what I found out is Goodfellas has a second location that's about 10 minutes away, they said. So we're going to go straight from here over there and see how the difference is. I'm excited because they're telling me that that store has a lot more of the handheld stuff. So apparently there's less video games and more cards there, Magic, Pokemon, all that kind of stuff. But honestly, if they've got more handheld stuff there, that's kind of my thing. I'm in the 3DS, especially since I like the 3DS they had there, but it was a little bit more scratched up than I thought. I'd like to just have one of those just to have, even though I have a new 3DS XL. I just have a problem. But they didn't have any PSPs or anything like that either. Not a whole lot of PSP discs. So let's go check that out and see if it's any better. All right, we're over here at the other Gamefellas location. I'm told this used to be a GameStop location, and I'm pretty happy to see GameStop gone and an independently owned store in its place, because good riddance. And maybe they were a little backwards on what was here versus the other store. Well, no, she's probably right on. Looks like I see mostly non-games here. So yeah, let's check this place out and see what we got. Okay, I seriously need to look into this and see what's going on. Here is another $330 Xbox Series X. And I just don't get it. Is that just where we are with these things? Here's a gray Switch for $240. I guess that's about right. Now this is cool. It looks to be in really good shape as well. Game Boy Advance with the Nintendo graphics on it. So that's pretty nice to see. There's a PlayStation 4 Slim for $170, same as before, same with the Wii there. Look at this big old PS5. Was it the PS5 Pro? No, it's just a regular one. It's just before they got the Slim models, I guess. What do we got over here? Pre-owned for $219, Nintendo Switch. That's a bit more in line. Lots of pops, or at least they've got space dedicated towards it. Best pricing I've seen on those. I've seen those for $25 all day long. I was able to get a couple retail actually. Interesting. It's really worth buying that one. Oh God. Oh, look at that. Crisis Core PS5, $25. Much better price. Much better price. Rebirth as well, $30. That's where it should be. Not $50, not $60. All right, leaving store number 2, going out the door with the wrong hinge apparently. But more Pokemon cards were bought here. No more games. They did say that they have a lot of handheld games here. However, apparently this location's only been open for a little bit, and they're still kind of warehousing things in the back. But more importantly, they've got a website. So I'll try to link that in the description or do something with it. But they're doing a lot with their website where they can ship to you. I think it's like free shipping over $50 is what she explained. And then something to the degree of her store pickup. So she have a lot. She said a lot of PSP, a lot of 3DS. But she was like, it's kind of hard to dig through right now. They don't have a great catalog system except for just checking for individual titles. So I will certainly be doing some browsing online, and maybe I'll swing back by. They've got a reward system here as well. So I'm like close to getting a discount or something in my next visit. So great store. I'm happy to be at both of these today, and we'll see if we can check out some more stores around the Austin area. All right, we are back from Gamefellas, and it's time to show you what we ended up picking up from there. Now, like I said before, interestingly enough, I did not actually buy any video games or consoles or anything there. I bought strictly Pokemon, and I think they had, it's not a ton of Pokemon selection there, but I thought they had good selection with very fair prices as well, given the fact that even talking to the employees there, not even they can buy direct from TCG, so even they're having to buy from online third-party resellers. So that being said, most of this stuff I did get from the first store, their older store. So I bought 2 of these. So these just came out recently. This is the Mega Evolution Charizard tins. And they actually happen to have enough of them where I could get 1 of each. I'm not usually one to buy a whole lot of the tins, but honestly, I'm a sucker for Charizard. Who isn't? So I figured I'd grab these, and maybe we'll see if there's some interesting pulls out of those packs that are in there. These were, I think, $39 a piece. So not terrible, really, all things considered. Considering I think there's 4 packs in there, plus the actual promo card. So I mean, $10 a pack plus the promo. That's not the worst. Interestingly enough, I also grabbed these. So I don't usually buy a whole lot of larger sealed type stuff, but my wife has been on the hunt for some interesting cards in the Twilight Masquerade set. I think specifically there's an Eevee that she's looking for. And lo and behold, the only ETBs that they had there in the store were Twilight Masquerade, and they happened to have 2 of them. So I was able to get 1 for me, 1 for my wife. So we'll bust these open later and see if we got anything good out of them. Now these were about $70. Actually, they were $70 on the dot, and really that seems to be what market price is on those. So these aren't crazy expensive. I think most of this is an older set now, and I think not as many valuable cards now, which is why they are a more reasonably priced ETB, considering some of the other ones are $100 or $400 depending on the set. And then from the second store, this is the stuff that I ended up getting from there. Now, some of this stuff they did have at both locations, but when I saw that they had the similar inventory over there at the smaller store at the old GameStop there, I figured I'd go ahead and scoop up some stuff. Now, again, because of the how hard it is to get certain cards, a lot of these are going to be, actually, I think most of these are going to be Chinese. So if I don't know what these sets are, I'm sorry. Maybe you can help me out in the comments. But this was a pack of 5 cards that was about $5. And I don't exactly know what set this is. We looked it up on the computer, and it was kind of interesting because I guess there's kind of cards that pull from different series. Now, my understanding of the Chinese Pokemon stuff is they run their own programs. They have their own card sets. They do run some parallel stuff to regular TCG, but a lot of their stuff is unique. So speaking of which, this is a jumbo pack of 151, allegedly. You can see it's got some Pikachu art on there. And I want to say this was like $20 or something like that, or maybe $25. But 151 is always kind of fun to rip. You'll see a theme here with the jumbo packs because I happened to get 3 more jumbo packs, and these were all in the like $12 range, which I thought, you know, a $12 pack of jumbo packs, which has got all the different hits in them. Why not? So this has got Greninja on it. Again, this one's 20 cards. No clue what set it is. And then I grabbed 2 of these, which I think these are a few years older as well, because one's single strike and one's rapid strike. So these are probably 4 or 5-year-old cards, I would think. I don't know. Let me see if we can find a year on here anywhere. Yeah, 2023, so not as old as I thought. Maybe they just keep printing them, but I don't know. These are 25 cards a piece, and for Blastoise and Venusaur on the outside packaging, and for them only being like $12 a piece, I definitely had to scoop up a couple of those. Never ripped them before. We'll see what's inside them. And then they didn't have a whole lot of English, like I said, but they did have some Obsidian Flames. They had a little bit more than just this. These were like $8 a pack. And again, me being a Charizard guy, I have pulled a Radiant Charizard or 2 out of these. So I'm always kind of curious to pop these open and see if there's anything good in there. And then last but not least, I am not a huge playing card guy outside of the Pokemon stuff, but I am kind of a fan of Gundam Wing and different shows that are related to that. So this Steel Requiem set's been out for a long time, and thankfully these are not as sought after as the Pokemon stuff. So these can be pretty much bought at retail anytime you find them. But I just think these have some really cool illustrator arts in them, or whatever they're called for this series. Pulled some neat cards, you know, so we'll have some fun with these, especially for $6 a pack. So as always, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, you want to see me check out some more video game stores around Texas while I'm down here, go ahead and hit that sub. If you got any recommendations for things to check out around the San Antonio area, let me know. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.